Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Dorley, CEO of Nutritional Frontiers, and we're breaking through nutritional boundaries. And welcome back, the godfather of nutrition, Joe Massino.
Welcome back. I love it. Did we ever leave?
I don't think
so. We're here with the architect, of course, who we just finished an amazing event, Wellness Week, and he's the architect of those Wellness Weeks that we started 14 years ago, right?
And a lot of our clients have brought those out to their offices, and a lot of people have come down. So welcome back. You know what today is?
Monday.
And
correct? The first day of
the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah, that's it.
And on
12 days of Christmas.
Is it the 12th day of Christmas today? Yeah.
So
on the 12th day of Christmas,
it's a countdown.
My true love gave to me. What did my true love right here? What did you give to me?
I gave you a little SPM, a little SPM. Now we love those initials.
We're gonna have fun today. We even have June smiling, right? And that's no easy feat, Joe. You know. So we are doing the 12 days of Christmas, and we did listen to our clients.
Yeah.
And especially Mikey G.
Yes.
And we said, all right, we're gonna give a max incentive for people to get involved. So SPM's at 20% off.
Oh, that's how you kick off.
Michaela doesn't know this. So don't say it too loud. Michaela might find out. But no, we want to kick it off with one of the hottest formulas on the market.
It is.
So each day during the 12 days of Christmas, we go on to something new. However, in the past, we stopped the day before. So it's just one day. Now it's progressive.
It's progressive. So every day, starting now, you could take advantage of each and every day.
And it builds each
special.
Day. Yeah.
Nice.
It's like double jeopardy, Joe. Right? So tomorrow will be SPMs plus. We don't know.
You
got to tune in.
You got to tune in. I got my email. I got mine.
Nutritionalfrontiers.com. You got your email?
I got my email. I went on. I got it about 3 or 4 different times because I have that many emails. But I saw that email, 12 Days of Christmas. It said, open up to see the prize. And I did. And I opened it up. And there's SPM. And I said, this is great. There's no better way to start it off.
Oh, we're going to have fun with this. This is a great way to reward you for all the support you provided for us during the year. And this isn't just like we're clearing out an old product or something, right?
Right.
I know a lot of companies do that, right? The end of the year clearance, let's get rid of all the stuff nobody wants.
Yep.
However, we didn't do that. Thank you. Merry Christmas. We didn't do that in this situation, right? Nutritional Frontiers doesn't do that. We have a whole program for there's a product or two that doesn't have a good shelf. This is not the case. These are SPMs. These are fresh as can be. And what is so great about the SPMs, because it was the hottest formula during the Wine and Wellness Week last week. So what's so great about these SPMs?
We keep talking about what's causing all this disease. And we know that at the heart of everything, Jamie, is systemic inflammation.
When you say everything, give us some examples.
Yeah, that's a great question because what most people don't realize.
It's a great question. We better get a great answer.
Let's get a great answer. There's 2 types of inflammation, right? We know there's acute when you bang your knuckle and it swells up and your body's protecting it, right? But we're looking at the systemic inflammation. That will be anything from arthritis to Crohn's, to cardiovascular disease.
So heart disease?
Heart disease, absolutely. They're even seeing systemic inflammation now as the beginning process for neurological disorders like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. So anything that is
autoimmune conditions?
Of course,
that's
absolutely.
One of the
biggest ones
and
is
one
autoimmune.
of the categories that's growing at the quickest. So you got cardiovascular disease, the number 1 killer still in the U.S.
Still.
Right? You got things like diabetes.
Right.
On the rise, a silent killer. You have symptoms of cardiovascular disease. What about hypertension?
Absolutely. Hypertension. If you have an issue with blood pressure, which is hypertension, then there's something going on in the arteries and capillaries.
I have to say it's the most common medication people were on last week when I asked them. In fact, so many people, it's so common when I say, are you on any medications? What's the answer?
No. Yeah. Oh, no, they say no?
Yeah. And then when I start drilling down, they don't count a couple of the blood pressure.
Oh, yeah, because they're so normal.
Well, they've been on them so long, and they think it's just normal to be on them. Look, one of the things we look at is what's causing this inflammatory response in the body, right? So it could be things like the vaccine. It could be things like COVID. It could be things like your diet or environmental triggers. So there's a lot of factors that play into underlying chronic inflammation, right? Smoking, stress. What about stress component?
Well, that's just it. The stress component is multifaceted in and of itself, right? Because it could be physical stress, chemical, emotional, invisible in the form of radiation. So there's all kinds of factors there.
So one of the things we want to focus on with the SPM is its ability, in my very simple terms, to digest these inflammatory mediators.
Right.
So how does the SPMs work, and what dose do you find that people are getting the best results with?
The key with this is that this is a nutrient that's made by your body. So it's already endogenous. We make it. You get it, the majority of it at birth through the breast milk, but your body does make it. And it works in conjunction with calming those pro-inflammatory markers. And it goes down 3 specific pathways. And these are the 18, the 17, and the 14 hydroxy pathways. And we know that those are beneficial. You don't need a lot of this. You know what I noticed? It's only in micrograms. The actual pro-resolving mediators in that soft gel are only 400 micrograms. So that really tells it all right there. And it goes into the pathway, calms it down, and brings it back to this key word, homeostasis.
Well, I love the ability of the SPMs to actually digest these inflammatory mediators. Oftentimes, if they are, hyper growing, right? You got them on tremendous amount of growth due to a stimulus from external sources. And you get into this whole cytokine storm. It's very difficult to cool down.
It really is once it's underway.
Out and about yesterday with my daughter, and I ran into a couple of people, and some have been suffering from COVID, and some had got the shot, some others had not. And when I talked to them, they all had the same similar story. Right? They had this inflammatory experience, right? And the cytokine storm would get out of control. It would start to cool down, and then it would start back up again. Right? And that's what I'm noticing with a lot of people. It takes time. For me personally, I think the SPMs were one of the best things that I did to help reduce that inflammatory cytokine storm. So I like 3 per day. I can tell if I don't take the 3. Some people like 1 or 2. What's been your experience?
It depends on your level of inflammation. If there's something more going on in your body, an injury that's been nagging for a long time, the recommended dosage of 2 soft gels a day is good for most people. But if you have something more going on, like the cytokine storm, like an ongoing joint issue that you want to rectify, then you can go up to 4 a day.
Have you had any personal experiences with the SPMs?
Oh, God, yes, I have.
Thumbs up?
I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. Very flexible thumbs up. Because I couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that a while ago.
I couldn't do that.
With the one.
Nope, couldn't do it with either one. It got to the point where it was both thumbs. So this was a systemic inflammatory response because there was
how
no
long was this
swelling.
going on for? I mean, Joe was the Pennsylvania State karate champion, Golden Gloves champion. He's got more trophies than can fit in his trophy room, and he's a very humble guy. But seriously, he was training for a long time. 4th degree black belt.
Well, we stopped counting. 3 different styles, 3 different black belts. So
once again, a very humble guy, but a black belt. I can only imagine all that time of hitting. Right? It could be the bags, it could be the boards, it could be someone else.
Boards don't hit back.
I know. Neither do bags.
Neither do heavy bags. Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody hit a heavy bag and knock it off the chain?
I've seen a chain break.
I've heard about rumors.
Only once.
Only once.
Only once.
Me too. I've only seen it happen one time, and
And you would never expect that from an architect. But anyway.
Especially, I was a white belt. What's the one? Yellow belt. I was a yellow belt. So. No, seriously, Joe had a long history of working out in the martial arts. I can only imagine the damage and inflammation on the hands. And how many SPMs by Nutritional Frontiers were you taking a day?
So I started out only taking 2 a day. And then, of course, Mikey Gallagher said, you know what? You're going to get a better response if you go up to 4 a day. So you know what? For a couple of days I did, maybe up to a week. And then all of a sudden, this all went away. And it was not like it happened overnight, but over time. And then I just realized it because it comes back to homeostasis, back to normal.
Sometimes you don't even realize we get those improvements, right?
Yeah.
That's the great thing about working with our team at Nutritional Frontiers. We're a family-owned, faith-based business, and we have people on our team that are really passionate. Mike is so generous to share his clinical experience of over 25 years with you. He works with hundreds of different practitioners throughout the great state of Pennsylvania, and we want to share them experiences with you. Now, we're not making any claims, of course, but not only the experience we've had SPMs with Nutritional Frontiers in our experience, What about the published data, Joe? This is coming from PubMed, the National Institute of Health, right?
Absolutely. It's coming from all over the place now. It's really starting to take off. And that's where this latest information of it affecting disease states that they've never even would have expected, like the neurological disorders. Okay, but everybody knows, about systemic inflammation these days, but they don't know how far-reaching it is, right? And here's the great thing about the SPMs. It really doesn't matter how far along. It's going to have a beneficial effect.
That's the part I love the most, is that there's a tremendous amount of research originally started by my mentor, Dr. Jeffrey Bland, the father of functional medicine, the creator of the Institute of Functional Medicine, and one of the pioneers in the field of natural healing. I mean, he goes back to the 1970s.
You could call him the father of natural healing. I mean,
Right?
he really is that. Yeah.
He's done tremendous work, and he was working on SPMs going back almost 10 years ago. Because he was one of the originators with all the research on inflammation, in anti-inflammatory food diet. So I'm really fortunate to work with not only him over the years, but one of his apprentices, right? That's Todd Parker.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Todd was the category manager at Metagenics for 20 years with the fish oil. And now he's a proud owner of the fish oil company. And very interesting, Joe, on his staff is Dr. Jorn Dyerberg. You know who that is?
Oh, wait a minute. Now, that name sounds familiar, and I seem to remember him having a big impact on a formula called omega-3D.
Yes. So Dr. Jorn Dyerberg's a cardiologist. He is the one who brought fish oils to the market in 1971.
Wow.
We were still toddlers back then, right? And he's published a couple of studies on the benefits of fish oil, originally with triglyceride and over the years with inflammation and so many different things. 450 studies published.
Wow. 400.
So we are working with the world's experts on this with our team at Nutritional Frontiers. We feel very grateful for Todd Parker and his direction on helping us with the SPMs. And our SPMs in the most concentrated form you can find on the market. So at this time with technology, you can't get any more concentration in there. So they are derived from fish oil. However, the question that normally comes up is, well, can I just take fish oil?
Yeah, no, you cannot. This is your body's interaction with the fish oil. Okay, so they're finding that the SPMs are what causing fish oil to have an anti-inflammatory response. You need them both.
Yeah, it's similar to me, taking a multivitamin and then taking extra vitamin D3. Right. You need the multi, you need the D3 at higher levels. You need the fish oil. SPMs you bring in when you have that inflammatory response going on, which is most people. Right. So we want to clean that up. I prefer 3 per day. I know you've done 1 to 4 per day. Mikey G's clinical experience is on 4 per day.
On 4 a day,
So I've gone up as many as 6 for a short period of time. But I do really, there's something to that 3 when I take it at one time, I really notice a lot.
And I'll tell you, it all depends on your level of health and inflammation and pain, because they're seeing such a great reduction in pain with arthritis patients.
Well, it's interesting you said that. I just met with the new licensed muscle therapist at the World of Wellness. I was working out this morning. I was feeling so good. And I just lost concentration for a split second. It's just like that. It's like driving a car before you know it. And I tweaked my lower back when I was getting the muscle therapy done. She goes, I'm surprised your leg's not in a lot of pain, being that it's so bound up, right? Because I tweaked the lower back, upper glute. And she goes, wow, normally there'd be a lot more pain. That's the only thing I can think of is the SPMs. Right. So I stretched the area right away. I got some muscle therapy. I'm going to try and get some chiropractic today.
Of course you will.
The SPMs, I think, were the thing that really helped so that this inflammation, even in an acute situation, didn't spiral out of control.
And I'll tell you another thing too. What I did was, after I was getting all the relief, I thought, well, do I still need 4 a day? So you know what I did? I went to see Jeff Nisnik. And I said, Jeff, test me on the SPMs. And he said, 2 a day is the way to go for you. Not 1, not 3, 2.
Today is the 12th day of Christmas. My true love gave to me SPMs on tremendous discounts. If you have not gotten an email, sign up on our website. You get our weekly emails, and that'll be daily emails for the next 12 days. So we like to have fun this time of year. So you can participate by calling the office at 412-922-2566. Going to nutritionalfrontiers.com or emailing us at info@nutritionalfrontiers. Want to remind everyone, I'm Jamie Dorley, CEO of Nutritional Frontiers. It is the Jamie and Joe Show.
It is.
What is it? What?
Oh.
I got people asking me, what is the Jamie and Joe Show? Can you believe that, Phil?
Phil, do you know what the Jamie and Joe Show is?
It's only the longest running episodic duo healthy talk show
On the air.
He's a
Oh.
made man now.
He's
You
made.
gotta give him his stripes.
Yeah, yeah.
Great job.
Made his
and
bones.
of course, the most entertaining.
Of course.
We've our multiple-time winner of the most entertaining show. And now, you know, Joe's got a face for video. I got a face for radio. But now we are streaming live.
Streaming
Every
it live,
Monday at
baby.
11. You can
That's
pick us
right.
up live, and you go through Facebook or YouTube.
Well, you know, the Jamie and Joe Show was on the radio for 14, 15 years, but we didn't stop there.
Well,
we
Phil
said
just said, what is the radio, right? So
Yeah.
in the old days, you actually could listen to radio, TV,
Right.
and video. But
Right.
now we are streaming. So you can pick us up anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Where can they tune in?
Facebook and YouTube, both places, whatever is your preference. If you've got a Facebook page, go on and like Nutritional Frontiers. You get the videos. If not, go to our
right
YouTube
to
channel.
Yeah, and
Right
coming
to the
soon
YouTube
with our
channel.
new website, you'll be able to go right to nutritionalfrontiers.com. So we're here to help you out. The 12 Days of Christmas has started, Joe. And we didn't start with a dud.
No.
We started with a blockbuster.
Blockbusters for sure.
SPM.
You know, I think by the time we get to the 12th, we'll be singing this song.
I thought we were going to sing today.
we might. Let's try it out.
Warm up.
Let's try it out this Friday at the Christmas party.
Yeah, so we got some special things going this week. So SPM's 12 Days of Christmas. Let's participate. But we didn't stop there, Joe.
No.
Because we know this time of year, people are under a lot of stress.
Yes, they are, of course.
You know, the pressure,
Yeah.
sometimes gets to us, right? You got to do all the decorations. You see this beautiful tree behind us?
Tree behind us.
Somebody said, is that fake? I said, no, it's absolutely it's real. It
Is
looks
that
fantastic.
real, Clark?
Yes, it's real. So we got the tree up, we decorated, traveling, buying of gifts, right?
I mean, just think of the people that have money issues throughout the year, and then it gets complicated during this time of year because of all of the gifts and parties.
Yeah,
and
I
things,
think it's
right?
stressful for everybody.
Sure
for
is.
finances, right?
Absolutely.
So we understand where you're at. That's why we've done a lot of the incentives this month, right? To
Right.
make it extra
From day
special
one,
for
right.
you. And oftentimes it's hard to buy something for somebody.
Mhm.
Why not give them the gift of health?
I love it. The gift of health. We've got a lot of options for that.
Yeah. Do you have anybody in your family that's not sleeping well?
You know there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody listening knows somebody. If it's not them, they know somebody.
So
that's
we have
not
sleep
sleeping.
time on promo this month. And the great thing about sleep time is that it helps you fall asleep
Mhm.
and keeps you asleep. Sleep is so important. It's probably the number one issue. I think stress and sleep, and that's why we're focusing on it
Yeah.
this month.
They go hand
But
in
I
hand.
think it's probably the number one issue right now that people
Mm-hmm.
are suffering with. And what happens when we sleep? Because there's so many sequence of events that goes on
Mm.
that are all about recovery and repair. So what are some of those things that are vital that you need when you sleep?
Sleep has been called our body's natural life support system.
Oh.
Okay, because that means everything that you need to stay alive, the production of hormones, the repair of tissue, right? The regeneration, recovery, memory retention,
Yeah,
all of those things.
detoxification.
Detoxification all start and end with your REM sleep. And Jamie, I asked a lot of people last week when they asked me about sleep. I said, well, did you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep? And a lot of them had to step back and say, well, wait a minute, I didn't realize there were two different issues.
There are.
But there are. And that's why sleep time addresses both of those issues. Probably the most important one is
And you
the
really need to-
racing mind.
Yeah,
right?
I think people sometimes don't put enough value on sleep. Right?
Yeah.
If you really think about it, right? You spend about 1/3 of your life sleeping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So people drive a really nice car if they can afford it, right? They always want a nice car, but they may not have a great mattress, right? The environment of sleep is so important,
Yeah.
right? So you really need to make sure you have a good sleep schedule.
Yep.
And that you're getting the adequate amount of sleep each night, because all the repair, recovery,
Mhm.
stress, weight is tied into it, and actually longevity is tied into sleep.
I'm glad you said that, because have you ever heard somebody say, I'll sleep when I'm dead? I got plenty. Well, you know what? It's going to come a lot faster if you don't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Less sleep equals less life.
And I'm a big proponent, of course. I am the king of cat naps.
Aha.
So if you have the luxury, one day a week, Sundays, if I'm lucky, I'm able to get some naps in. And there's nothing better than a 20, 30, even 45-minute siesta.
Yes.
Right?
Perfect.
And in a lot of countries, they'll schedule and structure the day around that afternoon nap. And then it's really regenerating.
Yeah.
I felt fantastic
Absolutely
yesterday.
is. Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's your body telling you need it.
Oh, yeah.
Notice, I'll tell you another thing about when you yawn, your body's telling you, I need some repair. I need some recovery. I need some oxygen. So it's telling you, the body will tell you what it needs if you just listen.
Yeah, the great part of Nutritional Frontiers, we have the NF for Life lifestyle program. And one of the foundations, there's 6 or 7 of them, it's water, it's movement, right? It's digestion, elimination, emotional wellness, and sleep.
Yeah.
So these are things that you really got to build your foundation of wellness on.
Absolutely.
Because you can't build it on quicksand.
No, my God, no, you can't. It's got to have a strong foundation. And I think a lot of people skate over that and go right to, well, what vitamins do I need? Well, first, let's cover the foundations of your life. And
there's some simple things you can do to help with stress and sleep. Deep breathing, right? Watching your caffeine, sugar, alcohol intake, right? Making sure you have a structure each night.
Eliminate blue light.
Oh, it's interesting you brought that up.
Oh, yeah?
Can I give you a little feedback?
Yeah.
So the lovely and talented
Mrs. Dorley?
Yes, the one and only, was wearing glasses yesterday. And my son says, oh, those new glasses. She goes, yeah. She goes, these really made a big difference in my sleep. I said, what are they? They're blue light glasses. I said, oh, those are the ones that Joe Messino had 10 years ago? She goes, his were orange or yellow. I said, they were the original ones.
They were the original ones.
So now she's giving me advice, which I took.
Okay.
So blue light glasses, very helpful. In fact, we have a entire magazine on blue lights.
Yeah, that's right.
Where can they find that, Joe?
Yeah,
this is the greatest hits.
Yeah, nutritionalfrontiers.com. You got to go to the education portion and scroll down and find the great the Holistic Truth article. I forget the date, but it's there. Look for the Holistic Truth on blue light and eye health. And it's a full magazine.
Because we're about the entire program. It's not just the supplement, right?
Right.
It's not just the blue light glasses. It's not just the reducing caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, right? It's not only deep breathing or meditating, right? There's a lot of things you can do. So when you take a holistic approach, you'll get much better results.
Right.
Maybe you're not sleeping because of muscle pain or joint discomfort. That's where you can work with the chiropractic and muscle therapist. So there's a lot of things you can do to take a holistic approach rather than just taking a sleeping pill.
Oh, yeah.
So
the sleeping pills are sedatives, Jamie. Remember, they will not get you into a REM sleep.
Well, it's interesting. I believe Ambien just erases your memory. So you're not even getting some great sleep. And we saw what happened when a famous golfer took too much Ambien.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good situation. So those are some things you can do and take the sleep time. I like 2 to 3 capsules about an hour before bed. What about yourself?
Most people, and I think when I've used sleep time, I've used 2 capsules. Yeah, most people I think are good on
1 to 2, right?
Yeah, 1 to 2.
And this is another example of getting the best result from the lowest amount. So I always say to start with 1. If that doesn't work, increase it by 1 each night until you get to the 2 to 3 number that actually works, because we wanted to get you the result without taking too much.
And it's safe for kids. So please, let's get that out of the way now.
Let's hear about that. We had Dr. Clarence Mcmahon.
Yep, Dr. Mac.
A natural pharmacist all the way up from Boynton Beach, right, Florida. And he was going through his program, and he shared with us a testimonial about his son.
Yeah.
But I believe it was how old?
He was only 5 or 6 at the time, for kindergarten. And he was having trouble sleeping with all the things going on. And so he decided he would try sleep time with him. He trusted it. But of course, his son wasn't able to swallow capsules. So he opened the capsule.
And that's a challenge for a lot of kids.
Yeah, sure is.
Some age you're on 10 or 12, you can start doing it. But even some adults can.
Absolutely. And he opened the capsule and he mixed it with some juice. But then here's the good part. Okay, he got his little plastic syringe because he has a pharmacy, is a compounding pharmacy, and he filled the little plastic syringe with it and squirted it right in his son's mouth, and he saw a difference in his sleep and his attitude within a matter of a day or
Yeah,
two.
he said it was tough during COVID with his son with video games and staying up late at night
Yep.
and not having the structure of getting up for the bus. So that's real world.
It
right?
is.
That
right.
that can save people's lives, because if you're not sleeping at that age and you're going, eventually going to go through puberty and those type of things, if you're not getting the sleep, he said his grades were suffering, so many different things.
Some people can sleep anywhere, but a lot of people can't. But here's the thing about sleep time also. Nice little clinical pearl. If somebody is suffering from night terrors, it calms that down too. Because remember, it calms the racing mind, and that's going to be the source of night terrors, whether it's children or adults.
So
and
talking
it will
about
calm
night,
it.
some people experience day terrors.
They do?
Yeah. So, people can deal with all types of anxiety, stress. People are feeling overwhelmed this type of year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things coming at people. And they often go to that word, hey, I need to take a Xanax.
Right.
I'm hearing that a lot more from, college or young adults, that age group. And I thought they were saying it more as a joke, but they're actually saying it seriously.
They're actually saying it seriously.
Because they want to take the
It's
edge
a
off,
shame.
right?
Yeah.
So first of all, everyone in this world, I think, has gotten to the point where, we are addicted to comfort, right? We're a society addicted to comfort. So it's okay if life throws curveballs at us, right?
Sure.
Joey says life's up and down, because if it was just flat, what are you?
You're dead.
Yeah.
Flatline, right? Yeah.
So life is not going to get easier. I just came to this realization after all these years. It's not getting easier. So you need to get what?
Oh my God. You need to get a jump on life. You need to be in control of life. And the best one, this sister formula to sleep time called Calm Day is doing that. Remember the testimonial we had with our friend Sarah? For herself, she's called it a lifesaver. And it was just one of those things where you can take Calm Day, calm that racing mind. It could be stress related, it could be anxiety, but you call it natural Xanax, and it is that, folks. It's not habit forming. In fact, like most of these, you require less.
And there's some positive side effects, right?
Yes.
Of taking Calm Day and sleep time. When they start to balance out dopamine and serotonin, you have less cravings.
Right.
You feel better. Your mood is improved,
Yes.
right? So, folks, we got to go to the fundamental cause of what your challenges may be, right? Sometimes there's too much coming at us, right? If we know that's going to be the case, we got to do a better job of preparing ourselves, right? And I've gotten a little better, and some people are not really good at saying no, right? So if you find yourself overextending yourself, especially around the holidays, trying to be in too many places at once, right?
Sure.
Trying to do too many different things, take a step back, right? It's okay to say no, or, even better, before you overcommit, I really like to say now is, let me check and I'll let you know.
Let me get back to you on that. Yeah.
Or it doesn't look good, so I can't do it this time. No problem. People understand. But if you immediately say yes and you're overcommitting, I think that's where most people become overwhelmed. What do you think?
Sure, absolutely. And this time of year, they want to do it even more, right? You want to say yes. You want to help. You want to do the best you can to help your friends and family. And that's where some of this happens, overcommitment. And it happens more. And that's why this month, more than any other month, has to be the month we address stress.
Yeah, and if you're really stressed out and you're looking to relax, and normally you do things that maybe aren't real healthy for you, overeating, over drinking, tobacco, whatever it may be, when you're getting to that point, maybe you have tight muscles.
Right.
A lot of people hold their stress in their neck, right, in their head.
Yes.
So there's a great formula that is a calcium magnesium base with special herbs, GABA theanine, called Relax.
Yeah, that's the one that we see a lot of immediate response on that, right? It works quick and fast, folks, because it goes right to that source, or where maybe not the source, but where it has landed, right? Where that tension has landed.
Remember, like if you're thinking about muscle, right? How many people, even last week, or people on our team, or even us, have tight muscles in their neck, around their temple, and their shoulders or traps? Do you hear that very commonly?
All the time. All the time. More than ever now, because of our habits, our work habits, the tech neck, the whole thing. Yeah, absolutely.
So when you think about that, the first thing we want to look at when we have tight muscles, the muscle's tight, right? The first thing we want to look at is what makes the muscle contract, calcium. What helps it relax?
Magnesium. Right.
So we have that 1-2 punch as the basis of the relax, because the first thing you got to do is give the body the minerals it needs
To balance.
I think oftentimes people, oh, it's just minerals. Like, okay, what do you have that's better? After Dr. Weiner was in business for what, 50 years? What was his #1 selling formula?
#1 selling formula. Magnesium.
Mag Complete by Nutritional Frontiers.
Had to be.
Nutritional Frontiers has been in business almost 15 years.
Yep.
You know what the #1 seller is?
Mag Complete.
Right. So now we have the Mag Complete in capsule. We have it in a large capsule. We have it in a powder form with the Mag Complete powder. So we have different options, but we also have it in this really unique formula called Relax.
Yes.
And the great thing about this for any healthcare professionals out there or staff or patients, the Relax comes with the travel size. So not only is it on sale this month, you get an extra 12 travel size for free. These would be great stocking stuffers. So
sure would.
If you haven't filled my stocking yet, Joe, you want one little extra thing to put in there, Relax would be great.
Relax.
Not so much for me, but I want to relax everybody around me.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the sample sizes that are available with all 3 of the products we just discussed, Relax, Calm Day, and Sleep Time. I mean, my God, let them try it. It doesn't require a month's worth of nutrients. These are the type of nutrients that work quick.
You're going to feel within that travel size.
Yes, you are.
Right?
Absolutely.
We have over a 90% success rate on those formulas. Rarely, it's probably close to 100. Rarely do I hear people say that didn't work.
Right. Yes, absolutely. If it does, if they do say that, maybe they needed to adjust the dosage.
Oh, absolutely. It's just because they didn't take enough, right?
Right.
So we have those, and some people out there are suffering, some family members that maybe they're depressed, right? That can come and go, or sometimes it's worse than others. But depression's a real thing, right? It's nothing that we discredit at all. We take it very seriously. And we want to do is look at what are some things we can do naturally to elevate that mood, right? Because when you're depressed and you have low levels of your neurotransmitters, we know that. If the doctor tells you you're chemically imbalanced, they are correct.
Right.
But what can you do to rebalance them, right? So that's why I love, things that we have to rebalance them, because oftentimes people think that they don't have any hope.
Yeah, and the chemicals that are imbalanced are not synthetic ones. They're ones that are made by your body, and we have to help the body produce those in the right amounts.
And we had a doctor of ours, healthcare professional, a few years back, that son had clinical depression. He wasn't doing good, early 20s. And he asked us for help with a formulation. So we created Mood Lift based on this, right? So the whole idea of Mood Lift is that we have the HTP in it, and we're trying to elevate serotonin levels.
Right.
The problem with serotonin is that it breaks down really quick in the body. So you get a little bit of a boost, but it drops off. Boost, drops off. However, with our research team, we found when you add magnesium and ginkgo to the formula, it preserves the serotonin levels and extends them much longer. Therefore, a longer result.
Yeah, and that's a great example of balancing in the body, because many times multiple nutrients are needed for balance, right? That's why magnesium balances calcium. Calcium balances magnesium. Then you have magnesium, of course, it's the best-selling mineral because it's the most efficient, and it has hundreds of metabolic processes in the body.
#1 world's nutrient deficiency is magnesium. #2 is D3, and then omega-3D. So right there, folks. So when we're looking at rebalancing this, the Mood Lift is exceptional, right? There's some B vitamins in there, magnesium, HCP, and ginkgo combination. This healthcare professional son did very well on it. And we actually had some latest testimonials, including one from a family member who texted me, the infamous text, and said, "For my sanity and the life of my kids, please send Mood Lift overnight." She wasn't joking, Joe. Yeah. So when I went to meet with her and another family member, the other one said, "Does that stuff really work?" She goes, "I don't know what's in it, but I take Mood Lift and superbiotics together." And she goes, "It completely changed my mood."
Makes sense. And there's that balancing again, because where is serotonin most made in the body? In the gut. right? The gut-brain connection. And so you're going to reinforce the integrity of the gut with the superbiotics. That makes the whole process work better.
That's an awesome combination. So we got a lot of solutions for you this month to help you manage mood, stress, and sleep, right? And we save the best for last, in my opinion, because there's a whole excitement and enthusiasm when CBD first came to the market a few years ago, right? Remember, Dr. Weiner was one of the first ones to bring it into his practice,
he sure
right?
was.
I was still looking at it, a little skeptical, and then we started getting the results from patients, right? So Nutritional Frontiers decided to get involved with CBD. And at that time, there wasn't a whole lot of companies doing it. So we went for the
the professional market, hardly any of them were.
So we went for the right source, USA Organic, from the great state of Colorado, a family-owned farm that they don't use any machinery, because if they did, it wouldn't be organic. They hand cut the plants. When they process the extract out of the plants, they use supercritical CO2 extraction.
Right.
Why is that so important?
Well, because it's solvent-free. Okay, it's solvent-free. No chemicals involved in the process at all. Just this all-natural gas. So there's nothing that lingers. There's nothing left over. All you have is the plant in its truest form.
High-pressure gas, no chemicals in, no chemicals going out. We didn't stop there. We're the only company I'm aware of that use distillation, which is normally used for fish oil or alcohol, but the distillation made it further clean, right? Removed all the extra impurities that may be lingering there. Took a little bit of the odor out and made the formula cleaner.
Yes, exactly.
And if you want, we are transparent. You go right to cbdnf.com. We have the entire certificate of analysis that shows you everything that's going into the formula. When it's completely done, we send it to an independent third party.
Right.
What does that mean, independent third party?
That means they have no skin in the game. There's no stake for them. All they're there to do is to do their test. It doesn't matter how the test result comes out to them. They're there to report the truth.
They're like Goodfellas. They just
no
say,
skin
pay
in the game.
Pay me. They don't care what the test says. You got to pay for the test. And that's nice because they have no bias. So it's all third party, independently analyzed through Eurofins. Who is Eurofins?
Eurofins. Oh my God, that's the #1 testing organization in the world. In the world, not just this country.
Based out of Germany. We use the US labs from Eurofins, but fantastic. This is all on the website.
It's all there.
And we're not a CBD company. So we've been around a lot longer. A lot of these companies popped up out of nowhere. And it was very disappointing, Joe, because people bought it by price. They had a bad experience and they lumped us all together.
I mean, they bought this stuff, it didn't work, and so they're saying, well, it doesn't work. CBD doesn't work. That's because you took the wrong
This
product.
applies to any industry.
Sure,
right?
it does.
You know, you go to Il Pizziolo, how's the food?
Delicioso.
And you get egg noodles and ketchup, how is it?
It'll make me gag. It'll probably make me vomit. I can't do it. Egg noodles.
There's different qualities in anything out there, right? You want the best of the best. And it's very inexpensive when you look at the benefits. Let's take the cream, for example. We have a transdermal cream with lipoderm.
Right.
What's the difference on that, which will get something over
well, the first thing you're going to notice is the container. Okay, it's not a jar with cream in it. And you unscrew the lid and scoop it out with your fingers. No, it's a container that has a pump.
Oh, I love the pump.
And the pump regulates the amount every single time. Same amount every time. 5 milligrams comes out. That's the first thing you notice.
And it's clean as a whistle.
Clean.
It comes right out.
So clean.
Done.
Right. The next thing is how it works, because the lipoderm technology that was put into this is the same technology used by compounding pharmacists to deliver hormone creams. Why? Because they know it will get through the layers of the skin, the multiple layers of the skin, and into the bloodstream. And it's not a topical, it's a transdermal. Everything else is a topical.
Yeah, that's a big difference because it's able to drive the CBD inside the cell and cool down inflammation in 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, again, that works first time.
People are normally shocked.
I know, and it works. I've used it every once in a while. You know, the knee gets a little stiff. rub some on, and before you know it, there's absolutely no pain.
And we didn't stop there. We have the delivery in the transdermal cream. I recommend that for localized pain.
Mhm.
Like, hey, Joe's knee hurts, my lower back hurts, but you got to rub it in for at least 3 minutes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's one delivery system. What are some of the other delivery systems you like?
I love the liquid. I mean, we always there's always multiple.
You like the
delivery.
liquid? How does it taste?
Whatever you want. You want mint, we got it. You want lemon flavored, we've got it. You want cinnamon, we've got it. You want to go all natural, we've got that too. They're all delicious. This doesn't matter which one you like.
And use all natural essential
All
oils
natural
as
essential
flavoring.
oils,
So
right.
great.
Right.
I like the gummies. I mean, like gummy bears. I tell you what, if I'm on the road, I take a gummy or two with a couple of sleep time. Perfect.
Out.
Safe for kids. You can even
Sure
break
can.
them in half.
Yes.
You know, we've had people on our team that probably broke the record on how many gummies they can take in a day.
Yep.
So very safe and effective. I know Dr. Tracy's used those quite a bit with herself
kids.
and her kids. Yeah.
Yes, her kids.
Everybody in her household.
Yes.
But she's gotten great results. I've used them for me and my kids. Very safe and effective.
Very safe, very effective. And they taste good, so kids will eat them. Yeah.
And
And
then
adults will eat them.
And if
too.
you want some in the capsule, we have that too.
We've
of
got
course.
it. Yeah.
We still have the soft gels on deep discounts. You have to
Mhm.
call the office for that one. So these are all great ways to participate in the great month of December. We want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and everything. Happy New Year to everybody. We've been a crazy year, of course. I think we're starting to make some steps towards.
I hope so.
Are we?
I hope so. I'll wait. I'm going to, jury's still out. We'll go 2022. 2022. That's got to be a good year.
So let's finish this year on a high note. Let's get our stress under control. Let's manage our mood. Let's dramatically improve our sleep.
Right.
And if that isn't enough, let's make sure we're managing our pain, right?
Oh, yeah. They're also intricately related, right?
So Merry Christmas. We got the 12 days of Christmas going on right now. You can participate every day. It's going to be a fun event. And it gets progressive, Joe. So tomorrow,
Wow.
day 2.
Day 2.
We may have to do this every day, Phil.
I know.
What are you
You
doing
know what?
Saturday and Sunday?
Because by the time next Monday rolls
it's too
around,
far away.
we're
No.
going to have too many to list.
We'll do a quickie tomorrow. So stay tuned. Tomorrow's day 2. Thanks so much to Philly Phil. Thanks to our incredible team at Nutritional Frontiers. Thanks to all of our healthcare professionals out there. You've given us incredible support this year and love. Thanks so much. We're in a great VIP dinner, so thanks for everyone who attended.
Oh, it was amazing.
And get ready for this Friday.
Look
You
out.
may see some pictures.
Santa's coming to town.
Santa's coming. We have a couple of special things going on Friday. Most Festivus costume.
Ah.
Yeah.
I want to
Least
try to win that this year.
Festivus, right? And best costume.
All right.
So we have a little
Love
bit
it.
of fun. Thanks so much, Joe.
All right.
Have a great day, and God bless.